Welcome to the f***ing news. I'm your host, Kellerman, and here's some of the shit going on in the world around you. In Georgia, the country, the head of the Electoral Commission was doused with black paint by another official. It happened after he announced that the pro-Russian Georgian Dream Party had won another term. The offending official claims that there was Russian interference in the election. In the United States, while an audit on the Department of Defense showed progress toward their goals, the Pentagon failed their 7th audit in a row, unable to fully account for how their $824 billion budget has been spent. The United Nations Security Council voted on a resolution that would call for an immediate cease to hostilities between warring parties in Sudan and initiate a national ceasefire dialogue. Every country voted in favor except Russia, who vetoed it. And U.S. President Joe Biden authorized Ukraine to use U.S.-supplied long-range missiles against Russia, which Russian President Vladimir Putin is not too happy about. He stated that Ukraine's use of U.S.-provided long-range missiles would be considered direct involvement by the United States, to which there would be an appropriate and tangible response. Follow me if you give a shit. Welcome to the f***ing news. I'm your host, Kellerman, and here's some of the shit going on in the world around you. In Haiti, more than 25 gang members were killed when police and armed citizens fought them off from attacking a small neighborhood of Port-au-Prince. In Lebanon, an Israeli airstrike hit a densely populated residential area of central Beirut near government and diplomatic buildings. At least 5 people were killed. Vladimir Putin approved changes to Russia's nuclear doctrine to include conditions under which the country would consider using its nuclear arsenal, specifically that an attack from a non-nuclear state, if backed by a nuclear power, would be treated as a joint assault on Russia. Meanwhile, Ukraine wasted no time after Biden gave them permission and launched several US-provided long-range missiles into Russia. Now, Russia shot them down, so I'm trying really hard to stay optimistic here, but this is a pretty serious series of events. Follow me if you give a shit. Welcome to the f***ing news. I'm your host, Kellerman, and here's some of the shit going on in the world around you. The president of Nicaragua, Daniel Ortega, proposed a constitutional reform that would make him and his wife co-presidents. In the United States, the city of New York repealed the law that made adultery illegal. After Alex Jones was found liable in his lawsuit with the families of Sandy Hook victims and forced to auction off his brand and show InfoWars to pay the debt, fake comedy news company The Onion bought it. Now, Alex Jones is suing The Onion and the Sandy Hook families over the purchase of it. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is now offering a $5 million reward for every hostage returned from Gaza, but also the International Criminal Court, or ICC, has issued an arrest warrant for Benjamin Netanyahu. You know, for war crimes. Follow me if you give a shit.